It says, or last page, it says to write the equation that best represents the linear relationship between the x and the y values in the table. So remember, first things first, when I see a table, I first draw my arrows, and then I remember it's what side over what side. Right side over left side. Well, on my right side, what would I subtract? I do the bottom number minus the top number, so I have 5 minus 2, which gives me 3. And then I have the bottom number minus the top number, which is 1 minus 0, which gives me 1. So I would do 3 over 1 for right side over left side, which just gives me 3. So this right here is 3. And then remember, where is B located? B is located across from 0. So I go over here and I find where x equals 0. There's where x equals 0. So this is 2. Next one says to find the circumference of the circle. Well, we have two circumference formulas. We have circumference equals 2 times pi times radius, and we have circumference equals pi times diameter. So first I need to figure out, is this a radius or a diameter? That goes all the way across, so that is a diameter. So I will be using this formula. So I have circumference equals 3.14 times 7, and 3.14 times 7 gives me 21.98. This one says to find the area of the circle. So remember, we have only one area formula, which is area equals pi times radius squared. I don't like this formula, so how do I rewrite that? I have area equals 3.14 times my radius times my radius. Well, if I look right here, is this 7 a radius or a diameter? This is a diameter. I cannot use a diameter. I have to have a radius. So how do I go from diameter to radius? I divide by 2. So I would do 7 divided by 2, which would give me 3.5 as my radius. So I have area equals 3.14 times 3.5 times 3.5. And that gives me 38.465 inches squared. This next one says a model airplane has a scale where 1 inch represents 3 feet. Which points on the graph represent this relationship? Well, let's just create a table real quick, and then we'll match it up on our graph. We want 3 correct answers, so that means we need 3 points. Well, 1 inch represents 3 feet. So 2 inches would represent how many feet? 6. We're just adding 3 every time. 3 inches would represent how many feet? 9. 4 inches would represent how many feet? 12. Okay, let's see if these points are on here. So I look over here and I see 1 inch and 3. Well, does that match up over here? Absolutely. So that's going to be a point right there. I go over to 2, I don't see anything at the 6, so that's not going to work. I go over to 3 and I see that there's a point at 3, 3, but that's not right. So now I look at my 4, 12, so I go over to 4, and then I go up, and oh, there it is at the 12. So that one's a point. Let's keep going if we can see if we can figure out the next point. I would have 5, add another, this should be adding 3 each time, sorry. Add another 3, and that would give me 15. So let's go over to the 5, and then up to the 15. There's not a point there. So then we have 6, and add another 3, and that gives me 18. So I go over to the 6, up to the 18, and oh, there's my last point right there. That's it.